That was something flat. We should be clear on it by now. We shouldn't even be having a discussion on it by now. We should be clear. We should be focused. We should have our agenda based on the fact that we know they're inherently evil. We understand their agenda, so we should have ours together by now. Obviously, we don't. Orinoco's perspective, sister, was the fact that it's the key word inherent that he had a problem with. Basically, and I don't have to explain to you being a psychologist, basically saying that out of the womb they can do nothing other than what they do. But they've proven that they can't do nothing other than what they do, and it does obviously start in the womb because it's genetically passed down from father to son, from mother to daughter, and down the lines because they keep on doing it. Look, you don't have to convince me after 450 years there's something coming out of that womb that ain't right. Because it keep coming out. I'm convinced. But some of us aren't convinced. Some of us have gone so far for being fooled, bamboozled, hoodwinked, tricked, lied to, deceived by the inherently evil ones, that now they've even crossed the other side of the tracks and have decided now that they're ready to marry him. They're ready to get in the bed with him. They're ready to pass down their genetic dominant seed to a genetic recessive and keep them going, keep their thing going, as opposed to keeping it potent and black and keeping it alive. I got a whole other perspective on this. One night when I get into ethnic tokens again, I haven't done it. I haven't done it here in about 2 years. I got a whole new twist on it now. If they thought I was crazy before, wait till they see me now. But the bottom line is this, is that some of us are still confused on the white boy and white girl. Let's not leave her out, because she's just as bad as he is. Maybe, thank you, maybe even worse. Okay? And so, unfortunately, we have a number of brothers, since we're talking about white black men dating married white women, who have decided to go to the other side of the fence for whatever reason. It ain't like there ain't an abundance of sisters out there. Everywhere I go, when I speak and I look out in the audience, I see at least 65% sisters. Now, I wish it was just me that was bringing them out, but I know that ain't the case. Okay? They're out there. There's no excuse for brothers to have to jump the fence to be with a gray girl. Grays, that's what I call them. They're the people in between, here to there, up from down. Tonight, we have a keynote speaker that's going to further explain the psyche of the brother that goes through this. You know, they even had a term they called the Othello syndrome by Jonathan Kellerman. It was done in the 1995 study produced at UCLA, the Othello syndrome. Self-loathing, self-hating black men that cross the fence with white women. This is real. It's a psychiatric study. I got it. But tonight, our sister, who has been our resident scholar here before, comes to share with us her insights on this subject matter. Without further ado, let us all stand on our feet and give our doctor, our sister, Dr. Rosie Milligan, a righteous, talking drum, community from Black Hand. Give it up for her. Dr. Milligan's in the house tonight, y'all. Give it up. Before we start, Dr. Milligan would like Brother Frank Wallace to do a poem. If Brother Frank can come forward, we're going to kick it off like that tonight. Let's give him a black hand, Brother Frank Wallace.
Brother Jamal, I'd like to thank you very much, and I'd like to thank Dr. Milligan because she's the one who's doing my book for me. You know, one of these days I'll have it. But one of the poems that will be in the book that she likes is entitled A Lonely Man's Prayer. And I think that tonight is a wonderful night to share a poem like that because not only are we talking about the black-white situation, but we're talking about a love situation anyway. The name of this poem is called A Lonely Man's Prayer. I'll never forget 3 years ago, I did something that I've never done before. I stopped work on my job in the middle of the day. I walked outside and began to pray. It was like a trance. I don't remember every word, but whatever I said, he must have heard. I remember saying, Lord, I'm tired of being alone. Please, send me somebody to call my own. And all I need to complete my life is that special young lady to be my wife. By the time I had prayed all this and more, some of my co-workers came to the door. They laughed at me and they joked with me too. But that was the strangest thing that I've known myself to do. I said, Lord, I'm tired of being alone. Please, send me somebody to call my own. And all I need to complete my life is that special young lady to be my wife. People, I wanted to tell you that with prayer you can't go wrong. It took another year, but that woman came along. They say a good woman is hard to find, and keep her if you can. For there's no treasure to match her love in this or any other land. Now my life is completed with a family of 4. Lord, you answered my special prayer, and I can't ask for no more because I said, Lord, I'm tired of being alone. Please send me somebody to call my own. And all I needed to complete my life was that special young lady that became my wife. Thank you.
Is she black or white? Now, I know you wasn't up here talking about no white woman. I like to say good evening to you. Say it like you're healthy, good evening. Say it like you're wealthy, good evening. Now say it like you're black, good evening. This is great, you know. For, I guess the last 6 months now, I've been traveling and dealing with this subject, why black men choose white women. And strangely, black women got some problems. Black men have some problems. But it's interesting that we want to assimilate so badly that we get upset when someone addresses anything about us and do not include the white woman. We really love white folk, don't we? And it makes us hurt inside if we think that they feel excluded. I don't get it. I don't get it. But you know, this type of talk that I've been doing recently is not very popular. But as some of you may know, I am not very popular in mainstream in the first place. Tonight we're going to deal with truth, because I am at a point in my life that I'm sick and tired of lies. I'm sick and tired of pain. I'm sick and tired of just going along to get along, and you still ain't getting along. I'm tired of that. Now, people have asked me for years, how many of you have attended the African American Women on Tour? Wonderful group. Wonderful group. People have called me and they have said to me so many times in every different city that they have been, I don't understand why you're not with them. Do you all have a clue? Anybody in here have a clue? You don't? You know why? Because I might offend those white folks who are sponsoring them. You follow what I'm saying? Because I don't always say the right thing at the right time. Never did, never will. It's interesting, I was on a show in Arizona, and I was talking about things that we need to look at as how we treat each other, that we need to be aware of. And when you bring it up, blacks get upset with you. Well, that's not me. I didn't say, and we quick to say, well, all women are not like this, all men. When I'm not talking about all, but I'm talking about enough that makes a difference. But before I go into that, let me tell you why black men choose white women. So take out notes. It's very simple. Because they're uneducated, miseducated, and insane. No other reasons. Those are the three reasons. And I know I have people come, well, you know, you shouldn't say that because one day one of your sons may come home. I said, come home, they may come to their home. Because my home will not be their home. See, we don't care what happens. Well, you know, I really don't want him to do that, but I'm just going to accept what we... Well, I'm not going to tell him that I don't like it because I may not get a chance to see my grandkids. It might just isolate him from me. You follow what I'm saying? Yes. He may do it, but he ought to know without a doubt what you feel about it. I'm not saying that you don't love him, that you don't want him to be around you. You can't tell your child the truth. You can't tell your son or your daughter what's good for them. Can you? But anyway, during this show, I was talking about how much that we sometimes dislike or disrespect ourselves. And I brought up the issue. I said, you know, a black woman can be lifting up something very heavy in the workplace. Thank you. And a black man will pass by her and assume that that is her job and keep right on stepping. Now, I don't want any black men raising their hand, because if that's not you, just keep your mouth closed, because there's a whole lot of them. I'm not talking about you. Well, but I can tell you why you do it. There's a reason why you do it. And the sisters have to understand why you do it. And I mentioned, I said, if a white woman needs to pick up, if she's picking it up, he will stop most times to help her. You follow what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So this white lady called. She said, well, you know, I don't really agree with that because sometimes I'm walking into the building, to the office. She talking about the office, we in the field. And 3 and 4 white men can be standing there talking and they don't open the door for me. I said, lady, I'm talking about apples and you talking about oranges. Well, all our problems are the same. I said, you know, that's what happens every time we try to address an agenda to try to heal us and to make us better. White women always calling up talking about, what about me? I'm sick of that. You know, it wasn't even, it was a basketball conversation. And I tell them right up front when to get off because we are not talking about them. Then a sister called up. Well, you know, I think you were kind of hard on her. You follow me? Dr. Milligan, I mean, you know, being intelligent, you didn't have to talk to her that way. You could have found a better way. You just hurt her feelings. That's what she better be glad it was her feelings. You know? But we always trying to rally up and gather up and to protect other people who are not looking out for our welfare. That white woman could no way, in no sense, understand what we are talking about. Does that make sense? Yes. I go into the bank sometimes. We're talking about, I'll break it down as to why we choose and why we do what we do. I can see a black man go into the bank, could have money, look like he has money. He can walk into the line with a black teller. She barely looks up at him, gives him no recognition. A poor white, trashy, no teeth, ugly, stringy white man can walk into her line, she's grinning, all teeth. Let's just look at that, okay? Until we learn how to really love each other and how to be kind to each other and show that and demonstrate that, even in the presence of our children, the beat will go on. Because we sit in the presence of our children and we talk about how no good women are. When our sons hear us talking about how no good these women are, they know you're talking about black women. Because you're not having any dealing most time with white women. You all follow what I'm saying? Yeah. So you keep saying that I don't trust him. You're saying that to your son. She's no good. When I leave church on Sunday, I get in my car, I don't even socialize. I just go straight home. I don't even want to be bothered. Sending a real powerful message. You follow what I'm saying? Now, when we talk about being uneducated and miseducated, it's because we have not accepted the fact that we are different and we have a right to be different. I want you to turn to the person next to you and say, we are not Caucasian clones. See, a lot of y'all out there don't know that.
Better say it again.
And you're not in any sense. You know, when I was listening to the conversation tonight about, not totally in relation to this case that we just finished talking about, this trial case, but we look at the fact, we say, well, black men are supposed to protect us. Is that right?
Right.
Suppose. You know what suppose is? Now we get caught up on that and we hold them to that responsibility when the black man can't protect himself in America. And the one who tried to protect himself, you are so afraid that he's going to get killed that we beat them down. Let's go back and look at the things that we hear about us. Well, black women, you know, we're gold diggers. Are you all gold diggers? No. Let me just ask a question so you'll know. I mean, these are the media hikes that divide us and it causes some of our problems. Because if black women was gold diggers, they wouldn't even talk to most black men because they don't have gold. And those who do have gold, you're never in the company of them. So let's look at who is the real gold digger. How many of you have been invited to the celebrities' parties, to the ball players' party? How many of you been in that mix? Raise your hand.
I hate to say it.
We just had one, right? Who else, you know, on a frequent basis was invited to the gathering?
I hate to admit it.
I'm talking about black women.
Oh.
Most places I go, most of the women that I talk to have never been invited to the parties. So I don't think you're the one digging for that gold. Because you're not put in a position to dig for it. You follow what I'm saying? Well, black women are angry. Is that true? Is that true? Come on, talk to me.
Yeah.
Black women are, they're mad all the time. All these myths and all these things that divide us, when you keep hearing that, then anything the white woman does is okay. Black women beg too much. If you ask for more, which you don't, you really don't ask for enough. And that stuff you asking for really ain't about nothing. But if the black woman asks for more, could it be because she has so much less? Something to think about, isn't it? But black women don't ask for any more. Now, you know black women don't ask for more than other women do. It just seems to me that what happens, that men tend to anticipate the white woman's need before she asks. She's supposed to have a fur coat, but you sapphire if you want one and you didn't buy it for yourself. So we have some things to look at. We have some issues to look at. Because we don't know really who the black woman is. And someone called me, they probably in the house tonight, they said, Dr. Milligan, you got to talk about the black woman because they going with the white men. I know that's another book. Because there's more black women married to white men than black men are married to white women. See, yes. I'm talking about married to. See, a lot of black men date white women. Common law shack with them, but have not married them because these women do not want to be disinherited. You follow what I'm saying? So some of them who date white women exclusively, many of them do not marry them, but they do not date black women. Okay? But let's take a look at the scenario. How does it really get started? Let's take a look at us. How many of you read the full course of the Willie Lynch letter? As far as the marriage unit. If you would understand the marriage unit, you know, let's take a look at something. So we can look and see, we are out of order, number one, because we are reared in reverse order to nature. So how can we be a happy family in reverse order to nature? That's right. Let me tell you what happened. During slavery, and I know some of you are, we don't want to talk about that, you still slaves. You just happy slaves. Our forefathers had sense enough to be mad about being slaves. You got so much education, now you smile. Smile being a slave. When they would beat our men in the presence of their women, leaving them alone, feeling unprotected, then black women began to develop a frozen psychological state of independence. Repeat that, frozen psychological state of independence. And she's the only woman that you hear consistently talk about being independent. And there's a reason for that. Now when black men tried to speak up, tried to elevate themselves, what happened to them? Right. So then what happened? Then the black woman felt like she had to protect her black man. Keep him in a quiet status. Right. And some of them went as far as to say, because of what takes place in this society, well, don't even help him in any form if he's trying to go to college, if he's trying to become educated, because when he gets his degree, he's going to marry a white woman. Haven't you heard that? I remember when my husband was going to school and people told me when he get that education, he's going to leave you. I said, well, at least he'll be able to pay child support. So go on to school, honey. Go on to school. Go on. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that because of that, we're always afraid of something happening to the black man. And because of that, we rear our men to be weak, hanging off in the back, where we rear our daughters to be just like us. Strong and independent. Now, I'm not saying there isn't a reason for it. What I'm trying to get you to see that there's a reason that we do what we do, but if we are to change the situation, we will have to go through a period of debriefing. Say debriefing. Debriefing. We have not had our debriefing. We teach our sons to be scared. You see a police, spread eagle. Do this. We're always teaching them about fear. We don't teach our daughters to be afraid. Am I right? You can find a young lady out, police have a gun cocked down her throat. You ain't, she's still talking. But that same young man who you beat down, when he comes home and asks the hand of your daughter, then you're not pleased with it. We have some problems that we need to recognize and not be ashamed of and correct. When we talk about being strong, I'm a strong black woman. I don't want anybody in here to ever use that word again. But what does strong mean to you? That's a label white folks put on your back when they came out and began to study you. Oh, she's strong. Carrying things on her head, balance. You know, she's strong. And looked at your man and said he was weak, and ever since then we've been in a tug of war, trying to defend titles that we didn't put on our backs. You're trying to show your man how strong you are. He put on his boxing gloves to show you that he's not weak, and you into a real fight. You follow what I'm saying? You don't have to be strong. Strong for what? You don't have to lift up a car. You're not picking cotton anymore. You're not hauling wood. So drop that word about being strong. You follow what I'm saying? Rosa Parks never talked about being strong, but she did what she needed to do. Ida B. Wells didn't talk about I'm strong, but she initiated the movement to stop white men from lynching black men in the South. Do you follow what I'm saying? So we have to look at what we do. We're in a tug of war. The average black man and average black woman born in America is hostile, angry, pissed off, half broke, very sensitive, can't hardly deal with even constructive criticism. So what do you have when we get together? Two explosives. Does that make sense? So if there's any truth to people want to move to what we call the path of least resistance, but I think we ought to have a sense enough to know that we should rather fight than switch. Only because we need to understand our brother and understand our sisters. Let me just share something here with you, because it is so important. As long as we keep this white interracial thing that we have going, we'll never move forward. Because you cannot tell me that you don't compromise if you get into a white situation.
That's right.
Can you see me with a white man?
No.
If y'all do, I want you to kill my black butt, okay? Just shoot me. Jamal, y'all write that down. Put just shoot me.
Got it on
She
tape.
is crazy.
Got it on tape.
Because if I did, I would be changing my conversation. Well, we need to get along.
Right.
Why you think Clarence Thomas is speaking the way he's speaking? He doesn't have any choice. When they marry white, they can never stand up and they tell, oh yeah, but I'm just as black because I look at my hair, I have my braids. Don't tell me nothing about them braids, them curls, them twists, and all that kind of stuff, because it doesn't mean anything with some of us. You follow what I'm saying? Now listen, this is something that came from a textbooks that's used in our universities, where we pay greatly for our kids to attend classes. Stereotypes of gender and ethnicity. Now let's take a listen to this. When asked about different ethnic groups, what about the Anglo-American male? What comes to your mind? This is our textbook. Intelligent, egotistical, upper class, pleasant, racist. That's supposed to be cute, right? Racist, achievement oriented. What about the white woman? Attractive, intelligent, egotistical, pleasant, friendly, sociable, blonde, light hair. African American man, athletic inclined, antagonistic, dark skin, muscular appearance, criminal activity, speaks loudly. What about the African American female? Speaks loudly, dark skin, antagonistic, unmannerly, sociable. Now this is, I'm talking about a college textbook. What about the Asian male? Intelligent, he's short, achievement oriented, speaks softly, hard worker. What about the Asian female? She's intelligent, speaks softly, friendly. What about the Mexican male? Low class, hard worker, antagonistic. Now you understand why that ratio of being in prison is getting close to ours? You understand what I'm saying? Because this is how they have been stereotyped. Ambitionless. What about the Mexican female? Attractive, dark skin, low class, overweight, baby maker, family oriented. Now if this been your stereotype, we're talking about where we are paying for our young people to go to school. If this is the type of information, if this is the general stereotype, then if you had to select or choose a woman, which one would you be inclined to choose? That's only when you are unconscious, uneducated. You follow what I'm saying? Because people say so often, well, black women, they're just too loud. Too loud for who and too loud for what? Who are we measuring it by? Have you all heard that? I've heard men say, well, you know, they're just loud because they want to make sure that you are pleasing in the eyes of white folks. You're who you are. Maybe they never had to be loud. Maybe they never had to talk loud. I had to talk loud. I was a slave. I had to holler across the damn field so I could be heard. I had to holler way over yonder for the children to come home. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And you're going to stand back and let somebody make you think that there's something wrong with you because you loud. Yes, I'm loud. White folk don't get scared till I get loud. You understand? We're so down on ourselves about every little thing. Now, I know you've been told we talk about black women, they're not lovable enough. They mad. When you come home, her lips are out like sapphire. And you say when a white woman come home, she's happier. She smiles. It's good. She should be smiling. She been oppressing the hell out of me all day. And you. But see, we don't understand when we say a lot of times when we fight among ourselves, you know, the white man treats the black woman better than he does the black man. That makes us start what? The war is on. You think the white man is in love with the black woman? No. You know? She is really that in between that helps. She's the one who delivers into the white man's hand. Watch me, women. She's the one that delivers up to the white man's hand the type of slave that the white man wants. She socializes him. She teaches him to be just what the white man wants because he has set it up with that reverse order to nature. It is your nature to want to depend on your man. It's your nature. But you got black women, honey, I can do bad by myself. I don't need him. He's supposed to take care of me if he can't take care of my needs. And you're trying to make a slave be equal to the master. Here you are working for the man, and I expect, now he owns the business. I go to work for him every day. But yet, you expect him to be able to deliver to you what he's delivering to his wife, and he's getting all the profit and giving you just a little bit. Something seems like it's wrong with that. We need to create our own roles. What a man is to us. Now, one reason black men, when they get money, they choose white women because they want to feel equal. I have the car, I have the money. The only thing become my equalizer now is this white woman. Then she become the prize on his arm. And men who choose to step out of the race, they need to just step out of it peacefully without talking about black women. That's right. That's right. Go on with the white woman, whoever you want to, but you don't have to put me down because you want a white woman. They have to rationalize. Now, you know, what was this actor name? You all know who it was. Mm-hmm. All of them. Yeah. All of them. But when he made the statement he did, I don't see how you all go sit down grinning watching a movie that he even appeared in.
What did he say? What did he say?
Well, he talked about y'all. He want a woman that when he comes home, if he say, he and his friends are there, and if he would say, bring me some water, fix me some lunch, he don't want somebody to say, I done worked all day just like you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's okay for whomever he chooses. The only thing I am saying, it doesn't make sense for black men to put their black sisters down because they choose to sleep with a white woman. You know, because he's been told, he's been misled, because everything media-wise portrays the white woman to be the best that life has to offer. And I want you to know that the white woman is not just a black man's disease. Other men, because all over the world, they have portrayed her to be the essence of beauty. And you know, this country's built on sex. Built on sex. Sexy car. When did a car get to be sexy? So since she is the essence, the beauty of that, then we just go hog wild because we don't understand how sensuous a black woman is, just sitting up in her chair with all her clothes on. A robe up to her neck, she's sensuous. But we have to understand that. You follow what I'm saying? I see black women working in the gym, working. I gotta get all this off. For what? The black woman is sensuous from east, west, north, south, every angle. She's a sensuous woman. You in the gym trying to work off your built-in rocking chair, your cushion. Because somebody else didn't have it and they tried to make you think there was something wrong with everything you had. Your beautiful round lips. And now they just pumping up trying to get your lips. That's right, that's right. Trying to get everything. We taught them everything they know. They didn't even know how to praise God till we showed them how to shout. Now you can't beat them. Okay. They done took over the shouting. Have y'all seen them lately? They done took over praising now. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yes. But you're sensuous. But the thing that we have to understand, that our problems, that men have problems, and sisters, we have problems because we're bought into wanting to be like the white woman. In every sense, a lot of women are that way. We need to go back to nature, go back to who we are. Don't try to compete. Because I hear women say, well, you know, white women do this and you know, talking about bed action. I'm going to tell you something. I don't care what you do. If that black man don't want you, if he don't want you, he don't want you. Only to leave you to feel worse because you feel like I've stepped outside of my comfort zone. I mean, I would never ever stoop to doing anything I thought a white woman was doing because I don't think she's right in most things she does. I don't want to be like her in no ways. Because after what I do and what I say when it's said and done, I don't have to convince you that I'm black. You're looking at me. You can never be a white woman. So if that's what a black man wants, please let him go. Please embrace him. I'll see you later when you don't have anything. And they come back home, I tell you, I'll never stray again. Oh, you can't show me nothing but a sister. But we take them back because we love black men. How many of you really love black men? Raise your hand. We love black men. It's nothing like that melanin. It's nothing like it. I tell people, I walk into my office sometime, I look at all the degrees, I look at everything on the wall, and sometimes I want to just kick it off. I walk in there sometime, I say, you ain't hugged me, you didn't rub me, you didn't massage my middle toe. Now you know that middle toe is something. Y'all need to try that sometime. Oh, y'all need to work with that middle toe. You need to wake up those erogenous zones. And when I look at it, you know, I would take it off any day and trade it for me a chocolate meal. You know, so let's get real. Now, sister, we can turn this thing around. We can turn it around if we teach our sons It really begins with us. We got to teach our sons right. You got to show them how central you are. You got to show them how lovable that you are. You follow what I'm saying? You got to love them. You don't try to make them hard. You know what? If you cry, you're a wimp. You got to hug these young men and give them some love. You follow what I'm saying? Because the world is dying for love. So you standing back trying to be hard and somebody else out there, you know. I need a man to come up here. I'm going to show y'all something. Come on up here. I think you came up here the last time. Men, black men ask for sex.
Yes.
But they are starved for love.
Yes, ma'am.
They are starved for love. So we need to show them some love. Show our young men some love. When they're walking around in the house, see, we think that we are the only somebody who wants something. I hear women talking about, well, you know, he ain't into foreplay. Did you give him any foreplay? He wants the same thing you want. When he's walking around the house, pinch him on the butt. Give him a little pinch. You can sit down. He be trying to stay up here all night. What I'm saying to you, we need to learn to not allow our enemies to keep us frustrated to the point that we can't show love when we walk inside our homes. Racism is ripping us apart because let me tell you something. You cannot tell me that you can be mad all day and then when you walk through the walls of your house, the light turns on. You follow what I'm saying? We have to learn that we have to be more lovable. We have to be more caring. And most of all, we need to teach our sons and we need to teach our daughters because we have not done that lately. That's why we see so much of this. People used to hide, kind of be ashamed when they really went to the other side. They didn't just boldly walk up and do it now. We have a lot of our black ministers marry white women.
Okay. Well, Clinton. Well, Clinton.
Now, I'm not going to say too much because I really plan on staying in California at least another 2 years. But we do. It's really sad because when people do, yes I am. Yes I am. I'm not apologizing. Every time we take our monies and we get involved with another race, we're creating a worse and worse situation for ourselves. We can't afford to suffer economically so at all. Now I know you're saying, well, what about the black women? That's another subject, but they have lost their mind too. It's something about money that we think that we are not worthy of good living. We think when we're doing well that the goodness of the land belongs to the other people. Check. Many black women that have a lot of money are also married to. Do you all know some of them that's married or in relationship with white men? Let's do roll call. Come on. Ma Angela.
She married 4 white men.
White men.
4 white men. Great.
For a long time.
Yep.
Yes.
Multiple white boys.
See, so we get excited and start going, let's do roll call and see that it's not just a man. I just happen to have written this book, but I'm coming down. I want to deal also with the black woman. Now, where's all this money going? Now, that's sickening, isn't it? So people have to look at us and really laugh. You all didn't know that? Somebody else call some more names. Most of them with money, many of them who are successful, that's why I say to you all, it is a disease. We have to be debriefed. Some of you all look so sharp. Look so sharp. But it's real. Let me cut it off so you all can ask me some questions, okay? But let me say this before you do. Not because I need the money, because I do many other things. That's not why I write. I write to try to wake up the unconscious, comatose black folks in this country. That's why I use the titles I do, because you're so used to coming up at 11. If it's not sensationalism, you don't even pay any attention to it. That's why I have to write bold, raw, provocative truth to help us to come out of this condition. Every child you have needs this book. Everybody you know, you need 2 of them. You ought to tie some of these folks down, tie them up. Y'all tie them up when you're doing other stuff. Y'all acting like white folks. Oh yeah, some of y'all into that too.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying, Jamal?
That's right.
Oh yeah, some of y'all into. So tie them up this time and read this book to them. It's important because it look at what does music have to do with it. It look at what does the media have to do with it. This book goes in, it is a lifesaver. It will help you turn your life around. It will show you how you continue to help to perpetuate for the black women and for the black men. We need to examine ourselves. Thank you very much.
Give Dr. Milligan a black hand. Now I know you have a lot of questions. This is a very, very provocative issue. Some of us know folks is in that relationship. Some of us are in that relationship currently. Some of us think that we are actually hiding what we do. But we're here as a family today to heal. Some of us, I'm sure, are going to have to go in just a minute, because it's going to get a little bit hotter, a little more revealing. That's all right. And we're going to be as gentle as we can. We're going to put our arms around you, and we're going to walk through. We're going to walk through the hellfire and get to the other side. Who wants to go first? Young man right here got a question. Go ahead. I didn't hear that.
It's really important.
Is it really important? Very interesting question. That's on the minds of a lot more of us that's a lot older too.
It is most important. We're talking about the truth, and we're talking about being able to love you and not loving someone else because you think that they are better than you. It is important because it's bringing out the truth. And the truth is always important. Okay?
Who's next? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
The movie, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, is that a reinforcement of a strong woman, young man, or mother-son relationship, a reconditioning process for black women? Did you see it as such?
I didn't see the movie yet.
We got to see the movie.
Nah, see, she handed the mic and she know I've seen it. And I have severe reservations about that movie. Severe reservations.
You know what? We haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? You've seen it? Who hasn't seen it? First of all, how many brothers, hold it, how many sisters have not seen the movie? Okay. We'll have that discussion. We'll have it on another day. If you're going,
Is it a black made film?
No.
it's a Hollywood-made film.
Still comes to reservation.
Well, you know what? I tell you what I'd rather do, if you're gonna see it, we're gonna discuss films in about 3 weeks. If you're gonna go see it then, and then we'll examine it at that point. But like I said, I got some severe reservations with Stella.
Is it mainly because of the young man?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Another question.
Yes, just a couple, you can address 2 points. One, I think the role of her being with a young man, see, this is a tradition. In Africa, many young men would have their first sexual experience with an older widowed woman or
That ain't what's going on in
whatever.
that film, though.
But it was taboo for the young man to marry an older woman. The other point I want to make is, could you address the fact that 40 years ago, 1960, a man who worked and got dirt under his fingernails at his job was an acceptable family leader, was an acceptable man, a desirable man. But nowadays, the man who does real productive work, as opposed to managing other people's work, is not looked at as a desirable man. And also, could you address the role of children in binding a couple together?
Children doing what?
Children in binding a couple together.
Okay. You know, I really hear people nationwide talking about the type of men that black women are looking for. And I hear them say that she doesn't want the entrepreneur man, she doesn't want the blue-collar worker. I keep hearing this. And I keep asking questions. And I keep, unless these women are hidden someplace, and I'm out often, I don't get this from the sisters that I meet and that I talk to. These sisters want a man. They want a man. They don't care. It's a few. See, I think what we do is just take a few, and we also look at some of the plays and we look at some of the movies, and I think it's a myth. That's why it's important for us to get together and ask the black women what they want. Ask the black men what they want. For years, we have been told, Kitty, what we want and what we don't want. And seriously, I've talked to women with all types of degrees, and they are not hung up on the fact that it have to be a doctor or it have to be a lawyer. Now, if you all are finding something different, either the women are lying to me, but I'm telling you what I'm finding, they are looking for a man that can respect them, that can love them if they have children, that can love their children. Now, one problem that we do find with some of our women, that we love our babies so much that it does create problems when we get into a relationship with someone when we have children. We argue too much because we don't understand the roles of the children and the roles of the parent, of the husband, of the wife. You're talking about two, it's like apples and oranges. There's no way to compare them. They have their own separate roles. Did I answer your question, Kitty?
I was expecting something a little different.
Like what?
I have been, like yourself, I'm speaking on the very same topics right now. And I've been talking to a lot of women. We're seeing a lot of women are 35 years old now, never been married, never a child. And so I'm finding there are men that come to my lectures that follow me regularly. These guys just don't get chosen. I don't understand why not. They're honest and they're sober and they're concerned and they're committed. But many of them are working class. I tend to think that a lot of these women, especially the college-educated women, are overlooking some of these good young men. And the other point I made about the children, and I'm going to be speaking about this later, is when we're comparing the family of 1960 to the family of the year 2000, the old model and the new model. The family of the 1960 had 4.17 children. And statistical data now is saying that if a couple has 3 or more children, their chances of divorcing is 19%. If a couple has 2 children, the chances of divorcing is 46%. If the couple has 1 child, chances of divorcing 70%. So the point I wanted to make about the children is that having a large family does statistically bind a man and a woman to the family as a unit and keeps the man or keeps the woman in that unit.
Keita, what I would like to say to you in regard to that, when we're culturally rooted, what you have to understand that too many of us are into another culture, and the media, that the dominant, as we say, society tells us how many babies we should have.
Right.
A lady called me, she's 32 years old, and she said she wanted to have a baby, but she was had fibroid tumors, and the doctor said to her, well, you know, you got to, you might need to, you know, have this, you know, right. But she said to me, well, you know, he mentioned the fact that I'm 32. I said, well, what is 32? You know, we're so caught up in our clock. I'm so sick of women talking about their clock. Your clock was ticking ever since you've been born. It was ticking. So why are you so? But Keita, I understand where you're coming from. But until we go through debriefing, till we can understand who we are, when we become Afrocentric rooted, and not, because these statistics you're talking about, they're not even talking about us in the first place. That's what we have to understand. It's not about us. It's not about us. Turn to your neighbor and say, it's not about us. So it doesn't fit us. You can go and apply for a loan, and you have somebody sitting in front of you telling you why you disqualified, because they decide how much money it takes for you to live. I remember once a financier said to me, well, you got to put in at least $400 a month for recreation. Well, you know, we don't do that. A lot of us don't do that. $400 for recreation. We get out in that backyard, we go to that park, and some of our recreation is church. That's all some of us get. But they decide that you got to have so many drinking parties, you got to invite your friends. You follow what I'm saying? So this stuff is not about you. If we understand that, we'd be much better off.
Dr. Milligan, I noticed that the young man, the child is the first to ask a question, and that's good in one respect, but my question is actually deals with the programming that our babies are getting about this Generation X, everything's cool. Our kids, our babies, our children are being programmed to believe that everything is cool. They got a new series coming out dealing with slavery, making a joke out of everything. So my question is to you, how do we take the information that you and Brother Keita and some of the other scholars have put out dealing with this and show the babies that it is important, and how do we combat the program that they're getting? Because he was innocent, but he just really doesn't believe it, you know.
Keita, I wish we could, I remember the book, I mean, Tony. Tony did the cover to my book, by the way. He's a graphic artist. Give him a black hand. Sometimes I wonder if we really get the message over. I hate to say, maybe we have to have a white person to tell it. Question?
I have a comment and a question. First, just so loud. I've had the experience of riding the bus a lot, and brothers won't even get up for an elder sister, let alone a sister with a baby or a bag or something in her hand. And for them to even do something that simple, you know, to even just do that, they're already looking at white women. I'm not saying all of you are like that. And also, the brother that played the part on Stella Got Her Groove, his girlfriend is white, or she's either his wife. She's with the white, he's with the white woman. But I feel that a lot of brothers have a lot of anger with the white man, and he carries that on into his relationship. And I'm not saying that the sisters don't have anger too, we do too. I'm not putting it all on you all. Because I was told by an owner of a store on Crenshaw, he called me a slave, he called me a nigger, he called me a B, and he told me to get out of his store.
Was he black?
He was black. Okay. And I've been knowing this brother for quite some time. He said, get out of my store before I call the white man on you and have him to kick you out of the store. And I have expressed this to other brothers that I know quite well, because I told him that it needs to be taken care of, and somebody needs to go police him, because I don't believe in calling black and white police on him. So that's my comment. You didn't have a question.
Well, you know, now she mentioned something about the bus. No, you know what she mentioned about allowing. We have gotten out of our rooted culture, because I had a young man to say to a cousin of mine, he called her ma'am. He said, yes, ma'am. She got so upset. Don't come ma'am-ing me. I'm serious. And all this person was trying to do was really respect her. That's why I say to women, if a man ever asks you, offer you his seat, please take the seat. Because men don't want to be rejected. And then it goes back again, it goes back to the mothers. When you're with your son, do you say to him, honey, get up and let her sit down? It still goes back to how we teach the child.
That's right.
I would say to my son, get the door, don't you see? That's how you have to teach him. Give her a seat. Help her with that bag. If we don't do that, how would this kid know to do that if we don't show him the way?
That's right.
We have to show them the way. Is there another question? Yes, ma'am.
I just have something I'd like to share about men not getting up on the bus like you know said. I have a 16-year-old son. When he was 2, I used to say, son, sit on my knee and let the lady sit down. When my son became 6 years old, he said, Mama, why I gotta get up and let the lady sit down? And I began to explain. He got on the bus when my son was 12, and he yelled real loud. Now I live in Washington, D.C. And he yelled real loud and said, Mama, what's wrong with these men? Then their mama told him to get up and get the lady.
That's it. We're talking about going back, being a role model. We have to set an example as to what these men should do. So you may say, well, the father's not there. You know what you would like as a woman, so you can teach your son. Don't just not, rear him up in the thing that he should do because the father's not there. We have to teach them. They don't know.
Yes, Dr. Milligan. I need to understand one thing. I need to ask you. Whose responsibility is it? Whose job is it to put a focus? Is it a focus of nationhood, of a focus of our people, a focus of that centracy that we're supposed to have, that negritude that we're supposed to hold. A head for, so whose job is it? If I meet a brother, he's a beautiful black man, huh? Beautiful black man. But he's killing himself on the crackers diet. He's killing himself on the crackers habits, and he's killing everybody around him on the way he's thinking. Okay? I like him. I like the man. But the man is not focusing on his people. So is it my job? Wait a minute. Is it my job to teach a black man? No, I don't know. I get talked about bad. Is it the black man's job to teach a black woman? Okay, they say we're supposed to follow him. Now we're strict.
Wait a minute, who said that?
They.
I think you answered your own question. It is everybody's responsibility to teach that he knows. Everybody's responsibility. You can't say, well, the man ought to know this or the man ought to teach it. Whatever you learn that can take us to a higher level, once you gain that knowledge, you need to become the teacher. That's right. We've been passing it but too too long. Well, it's the mother's responsibility. How can you teach what you don't know or what wasn't taught to you? Well, it's the church responsibility. It's the politician. We have passed this thing on around and nobody have done it. Each one teach one. Whenever I learn something, I make sure I share it. Some of us don't share anything but gossip.
Right. That's right. Dr. Milligan, last time you was here, you brought up the subject. I hear a lot of sisters that be in church and say, I'm married to Jesus. Can we expound on that? I hear a lot.
You know, he asked the women do say that. I've had women that say, well, honey, I don't worry about it because Jesus can be my husband. You know?
Or they'll say, well, I got to talk to my preacher, you know?
I see, you really trying to get me ran out of town. You better talk to yourself and your spiritual self and talk to your higher being. You have to have some sense for yourself. A lot of women make so many mistakes because they don't think for themselves. That's like when the sister said, they said, you know, that he's supposed, that's our problem. You know, someone sitting up teaching you that a man is supposed to be the head. You know, and you are supposed to be submissive. We don't even understand what submissive being. But see, without telling us, when you select a mate, you need to make sure he is the type of man that you can obey or you can be submissive to. That part has never been taught. You can't go out and marry anybody just because they have a job or they have a car or whatever. And if you can't be that way, and if you feel like that is really being in line with your Creator, then don't put yourself in position to have to be disobedient to the Creator if that's your belief. So you have to look at who you're going to marry.
I've heard a statistic that black women outnumber black men something like 17 to 1.
It's not
17 to 1.
Where?
If it's 4 or 5 to 1.
Where?
How would this?
According to the census, it's not that high. It's not that different.
What would you put it at? Or what would you guess?
Really, I had that statistic, but it's not that high.
And my question is, how does that affect the psyche of the black man and the psyche of the black woman? Because it seems like there is an adversarial kind of built-in something going on there.
Okay, I think you want to answer your own question. How do you think it impacted black men, you being a black man?
Well, I wanted to get your reply. That's why I asked you the question.
No, I'm not being facetious. I just really want to know, from any man, how does that impact your psychology? Because what men feel, well, it's so many, you know, it's so many women that I have such a field to pick from, that I don't have to put up with you. I don't have to take this.
Right.
But you know what you said is true, and the only reason why it's true because we're not in our element in the first place. So that creates a problem within itself. We're survivors in someone else's element. Okay, and to reach this far is a hell of a thing, when it's all said and done. If we were born and raised here, if we were taught here, if we pay our money and our taxes to the same people, then we have to be taking on some part of that, either consciously or subconsciously. So therefore, we are out of element altogether.
That's what I said earlier. That's why I said information.
Right.
Debriefing.
But what I wanted to do was offer a solution instead of identifying the problem. The problem is going to take a sacrifice from the generation sitting here today to take their wisdom and make sure that everyone else has it so we can evolve to the next place. And we can't go no further than everybody in this room takes ownership of right now. That's where it is. And until we are able to do that and understand that and talk it from our hearts, we're going to have the same conversation 200 years from now.
What you're saying is that each one of us have to feel a sense of responsibility. Everything we do, you must not think just about you. Every move you make, every step you take, it needs to be about the nation. Then it brings us to the point when we come to that realization, then we think about who we get in the bed with. Then we don't let this sex in the air dominate our life and cause the havoc that it has caused in our community. We think about all those things. You know, we can't just think about us. Our education, our job, our business, we have to think about the nation. Until we become nation-oriented thinkers, the beat will go on. It has to be more than about us. That's what it's about.
Dr. Milligan, you attributed, if I understood you correctly, you attributed the black woman's attitude towards the man, i.e. I don't need the man, I can do it by myself, and the weakening of the black family unit to slavery. But I'm kind of curious if that's accurate, because as I understand it, our family systems were still strong for a relatively long period after slavery. Keating quoted a, I think he said 4.3 in 1960. If I understand it accurately, we had relatively strong, extended families for a long period of time after slavery. I believe it's more a case of black women following the white woman's attitude towards the white men, the feminism movement. For example, I talked to two Swedish women, and I think just last week, and they said two revealing things to me. They said that they didn't want to stay in the home and raise a family because they wanted to work like the man was doing. And I asked them, if that's so, do you think it's a problem if Europeans aren't producing and the white woman doesn't want to stay in the home? Do you think there's a problem is there a potential for the white race to be annihilated, to basically eliminate themselves?
That's what you told her?
That's what I asked her. And she said she wasn't concerned about it. If that were the case, then she wouldn't. That's not her concern. She wants to be out there. She wants to be out there and work like the white men. She doesn't care if the white family unit breaks down. And I'm wondering if that may be more the case. Black women follow that attitude rather than what you attributed to the slavery experience.
Very good.
I'm sorry, I gotta do this. I don't like to do this on nobody's program, but I gotta do this one. Bro, hold it. Let's stop the lecture real quick. Strategy. Don't educate no white folks when they are practicing genetic annihilation. Let them go. Don't educate them, brother. No. I know you did it indirectly. I know you. You did it indirectly, but...
No. It wasn't education because the dialogue was going and we were talking about Nazism and when she was talking, she said that Nazis, one of the things Nazis believe is that the white race should be annihilated. And we were talking about zero population. It's something she already understood, but she said she doesn't care. I didn't educate her about anything.
That don't care. Brother, always in that conversation, steer them towards the beach. To take their clothes off and get in the sun and since you're in that conversation, they freaky anyway. See, we can't miss an opportunity. We're coming up to the year 2000.
When you think about when you hear people say that black women are trying to be like white women, you have to understand that if the so-called dominant force control the media,
That's right.
you have to understand when these babies come here, if this is all they see, this is all they know, then it goes back to the parent as to keep the child rooted in the truth. Otherwise, he would get lost into the television, into the newspaper, and any form of media. You can't help but to absorb and take on their ways unless your parents, unless your church, unless your community have a center that you can go to help you be grounded and rooted, because your extension of the school is the same thing because it's based on mass opinion. So unless we really teach the right thing, you can't help but be thinking white, eating white, sleeping white, walking white, spending white, unless we have the information that can change the situation. The beat will go on.
We're going to take just a couple of more questions. We really want you to get some books tonight, get them signed, take them home, read them, and then pass them on to that person you know needed more than some of us do. You know who they are. I'm going to pass this around for our host of Good Life. Those of you that came in late, especially those of you that came in late, we want you to put a minimum $5 in for them. Do what you can. They're going to work overtime. You see sisters back there going to be working overtime to clean up behind us. Now, we show some reciprocity in here, as always. Don't let it go by you. I need someone just to walk it around. Somebody to walk it around. I've learned, don't pass it around, walk it around. A hand go in with something and come out with something. Now, we're going to take 3 more questions, and then we want you to come up and get the book, Why Black Men Choose White Women. Those that do, why they do what they do. 3 more questions. Who's next? Yes, sir. Shh. We need y'all to be quiet. It's not over. You got a follow-up, brother. Go ahead. If we can get some quiet in here, though.
Sister Rosie.
If we can get some quiet.
Is there a difference, and could we perceive a usefulness in the difference between traditional African cultural polygyny and Western serial polygamy?
Keith, I have a book to give you on that. I have a book to give you on that. You know my feeling about that is that we must create everything that we need to create to make life balance and work for us. That's outside of rules. We need to set the standard by what we must do to rise to be the kind of nation that we need to be. Okay? Did that answer your question? Because I don't have to talk about polygamy because it's happening without using the name of polygamy. Polygamy is who defined that name? Where did polygamy come from? Whose terminology is the key? Okay. So we don't call it that. We just do what we do.
I was wondering, was there, when you said, my girlfriend said, don't waste your time with somebody you got to teach or raise their conscience on one hand. Then you say, make sure you get them someone that you can respect, you can submit to, you can, look up to. Wait a minute, I can't have that brother because I got to teach him. I can't have that brother because I got to teach him. Yeah. So that's what he already got somebody. He got 2. Wait a minute now. I'm trying to find out. Wait a minute, y'all know who I am. I want to be family here. I want my mate. I want my sense of my honor. I don't want to be a weasel. I don't want to be an unfaithful woman. But look at my chances here. Wait a minute, I'm only going to deal with a Nigerian man. So now my chances are dwindled if I can't teach him. So have you written the chapter? It says how to respect, submit, and look up to the man that you have to teach and raise his conscience. That's all.
Who's got the blue Cadillac with the white top that's blocking somebody in?
As I said before, if we're not willing to teach, we're not willing to be empowered.
Dr. I think it was Dr. King, a couple lectures ago, mentioned that when someone goes outside of their race, either a man gets involved with, black man gets involved with a white woman, or a black woman gets involved with a white woman, that really it is an act of rebellion against the parent. Have you found that to be so, or do you have a different take on that, or what?
I think that's somewhat true. Rebellion, even just from a society standpoint, control. Anytime you really, that's why you have to be careful how you use control, how you set out to use it. Because sometimes when you try to stop something, the harder you try to stop it, sometimes psychologically the more a person is driven to that. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, at this time, first of all, let's give Sister Rosie a black hand. Just raising some of these sensitive issues took a lot of courage. A lot of us didn't want to have those toes stepped on, but they had to be stepped on. Somebody had to do it. And we appreciate everything that she's doing for us right now. A lot of these books, a lot of the subject matter that she's touching on is very, very, very sensitive for some of us to deal with. Now, again, we'd like you to come, line up right over here. You can get your book. You can get it signed tonight, read it, and please share it with a friend that you know really needs this book. All of us know somebody. Look, I got them in my family. I got a cousin married a Jew. Oh, it was deep. It was deep. Woo, was it deep. He getting his tomorrow morning. All of us know somebody. So tonight, please, get the book signed, Why Black Men Choose White Women.
Enjoyed your lecture?